NASCAR officials and legendary drivers recently unveiled the return of the chase format for 2026 at a January press event. NASCAR is essentially going back to the future with its championship system, bringing back a points-based chase playoff that resembles the format used in the 2000s, but with some modern tweaks. This marks a major shift away from the elimination-style playoffs NASCAR used from 2014 through 2025. Gone are the days of automatic berths for a single race win and one-race winner-take-all finales. Now consistency and season-long performance are back in focus. Let's break down exactly how the new chase format works, why it was adopted, and what it means for drivers and fans. Why NASCAR went back to a chase format? After 12 seasons of the cutthroat elimination playoff format, NASCAR listened to feedback and decided to change course. There was a growing sense that the previous system, and with its win-and-you're-in rule and rounds of eliminations, sometimes produced unfair or chaotic outcomes. The tipping point came in the 2025 season finale. Star driver Denny Hamlin had dominated the year, a series best 6 wins, and led 208 laps of the championship race, only to lose the title when a late caution allowed another driver to steal the championship in a one-race shootout. In the second-tier series, a driver with 10 wins even lost the championship to someone who only had 2 wins, but happened to win the finale. These scenarios, where a season's worth of excellence could be undone by one race, were widely criticized as gimmicky and unsatisfying for many fans. Regular followers and veteran racers had been calling for a more balanced system. NASCAR's leadership formed a committee in 2025, including officials, team owners, drivers, such as Hall of Famer Mark Martin and fan favorite Dale Earnhardt Jr., and other stakeholders, to review the playoff format. The fans' voice was especially influential. NASCAR President Steve O'Donnell noted that the new format is designed to reward driver and team performance each and every race, while honoring the sport's traditions and fans' passion. As Mark Martin put it, everyone wins with this format. The fans win, the drivers, the teams win. NASCAR wins, everybody wins. In the end, the committee recommended 3 key changes. Use a larger sample size to decide the champion, bolster the importance of every race, and reward consistency while still emphasizing winning. The result is the revival of the chase, a playoff format that many in the sport feel just feels right again. How drivers qualify for the chase. Under the new 2026 system, the playoff field sizes remain the same as before, but how drivers get in has changed. For the top-level NASCAR Cup Series, the top 16 drivers in the point standings after the regular season will make the chase. Similarly, 12 drivers will qualify in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, the Xfinity Series' new title sponsor, and 10 drivers in the Craftsman Truck Series. Crucially, there is no longer any win-and-you're-in provision for postseason entry. In other words, consistent high performance over the regular season is the only path to the playoffs now. Drivers can't rely on a single lucky victory to lock themselves in. They need to be among the top in points after the regular season finale to advance. This is a significant shift from the previous format, 2014 to 2025, where any driver who nabbed a race win and met minimum requirements earned an automatic playoff berth. Under the chase, points are king. Every race and every stage point all season long could make the difference in being in or out of the championship hunt. As a result, teams are expected to put even greater emphasis on week-to-week consistency during the regular season, not just going all out for isolated wins. Chase format, 10 races, no eliminations. Once the regular season is over and the postseason field is set, the NASCAR Cup Series will have a 10-race chase to determine the champion. 9 races for the O'Reilly Series, 7 for trucks. All chase drivers run every postseason race. There are no elimination rounds anymore. One bad race doesn't knock you out. Everyone stays alive for the full 10-race stretch. At the end of those 10 races, the driver with the most points among the chase field is the champion. No winner-take-all finale, no championship 4, no brackets or constant resets. It's very similar to the 2004 to 2013 era, a multi-race points battle where 16 drivers, 10 races, most points wins. Fans and drivers like it because it's simple to follow and every lap in every chase race clearly matters. Exactly the kind of clarity NASCAR was trying to get back to. Points system. Win and you're rewarded. 55 points for a win. In the new chase, wins matter more than ever. A race win now pays 55 points instead of 40, while second still gets 35, third 34, fourth 33, and so on. Stage points stay the same, 10 for a stage win, 9 for second, etc. That means a win is now worth a 20-point swing over second place, 55 versus 35, instead of just 5 points before.
A huge incentive to go for the checkered flag, not just a safe top 5. Over 10 chase races, those extra win points can easily decide a title.
There are also no more playoff bonus points or round-by-round resets. Once the chase starts, everyone is reseeded based on regular season standings, and from there, it's straight race points only. No gimmicks, no carrying bonus totals through rounds. Just add up your points every week and beat the other 15 contenders. Reseeding and regular season bonus. Drivers do get credit for their regular season work. After race 26, the 16 chase drivers are reseeded once based on where they finished in the regular season standings. First in points starts the chase at 2,100. Second starts at 2,075. Third at 2,065. Fourth to 16th drop in 5-point steps, down to 2,000 for the 16th seed. So the regular season champ gets a 25-point cushion over second, and second gets 10 points over third. Everyone else is separated by just 5 points each, which keeps the fight close, but clearly rewards the drivers who were best over the first 26 races. Bottom line, the better your regular season, the more chase points you start with, especially if you're the regular season champ. After that one reseed, there are no more resets. It's a straight 10 race grind, and whoever has the most total points, reseed plus chase races, after Homestead is the champion. You need both a strong regular season and a strong chase to win it all. How the champion is crowned. Under the chase, the Cup champion is simply the driver who scores the most points over the final 10 races among the 16 chase drivers. There are no eliminations, no championship 4, no one-race shootout. It's not about who wins the last race, it's about who is best across the entire chase. That means one bad pit stop or fluky caution in the finale can't erase an entire season if you've built a cushion. A couple of rough finishes won't automatically kill your title hopes either, because you've got 10 races to fight back. It's a more traditional merit-based championship. The driver who's consistently excellent through the chase, on top of what they did in the regular season, is the one who ends up hoisting the big silver cup. Impact on racing. Will drivers be less aggressive? One big question with the new chase is how it changes driver mentality compared to the old win or else playoffs. Some believe we'll see fewer desperate, crazy moves now that no single race decides your entire season. 3-time champ Joey Logano said under the old system, desperate people do desperate things, pointing to last-ditch, do-or-die moves to make the championship 4. The most famous example is Ross Chastain's Hail Melon at Martinsville in 2022, the video game wall ride that got him through, and later got banned. Without elimination rounds, the thinking is that the new format rewards long-term strategy over one wild moment.
But not everyone thinks aggression will drop. Chastain himself says a win is so massive that every driver will still do whatever it takes, regardless of format. Veteran Kyle Busch remembers that in the original chase era, 1 or 2 wrecks in the 10-race stretch could sink your title hopes. And with how hard everyone races today, he expects contact and dive bombs to stay. Young drivers are already taught from a very young age to dive bomb, Busch says, so he doesn't think the racing will change a whole lot. In reality, the format has changed, but the personalities haven't. 2026 will show whether the on-track product gets calmer or stays just as wild.
Reactions from the NASCAR community. Overall, the return to the chase has landed really well with a lot of drivers, teams, and longtime fans. Chase Elliott says he strongly endorsed the new format and likes that it rewards consistency, week in and week out, instead of one perfect day. Ryan Blaney agrees, saying for guys who grew up watching NASCAR in the 2000s, this kind of 10-race points battle just feels right. Hall of Famer Mark Martin, who pushed hard for a more traditional system, called the new chase the most perfect compromise you could ever ask for, and says the 2026 champion will have to be lightning fast and incredibly consistent over the final stretch. Dale Earnhardt Jr. loves that it gives drivers a clear goal, stack points, avoid disasters, and makes things simpler for our fans to follow. Even NASCAR leadership admits the elimination era had its moments, but Steve O'Donnell says it ultimately helped us get back to what feels right. The chase format, 26 and 10. Martin has a message for old school fans who tuned out, come on back, we're headed in the right direction. NASCAR's 2026 format blends old school consistency with modern intensity. A 10-race, no-elimination chase, where 16 drivers fight on pure points to the end. No brackets, no sudden death gimmicks. Just 10 races to prove who really deserves to be the Cup champion. What do you think about this format? Let me know in the comments.